Now the final match that Aubrey Edwards will officiate inside a Prestige ring is perhaps the largest in the history of this organization. You are looking at the challenger. He is the Dirty Daddy, Chris Dickinson. He is physical. He is polarizing, and he does not give a damn. He's been the center of much controversy over the years, but thrives on being anti-establishment and could give a damn less that he's not corporate friendly or that he's not politically correct. Dickinson is smash mouth, in your face, and potentially the next Prestige champion. Dickinson does not look intimidated by this man. The defending Prestige champion Tom Lawlor won the championship this past February over King Cash. He has successfully defended against the likes of M.V. Young and Simon Grimm. Lawlor, only a few years in the game, but from here to MLW to all over the wrestling world, he has taken to it like a sponge. The former UFC light heavyweight has brought his badass style and his showman nature to professional wrestling. And this is not the normal, expected type of pre-fight music in any environment, but when Tom Lawlor's calling the shots. Will that kiss be symbolic of kissing the Prestige Championship goodbye if the Dirty Daddy has his way? Both these men have been secluded much of the day. They have been in a very serious mindset. They've been very focused. And Dickinson, some gamesmanship by putting the guard back on Lawlor. But in just a moment, the machinations will give way to maybe the damnedest fight in Prestige's history. The longest, most interactive entrance in Spider Nate Webb. But you notice the eyes. Lawlor knows what he's here for.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Prestige Wrestling Championship. Introducing first, the challenger, weighing in at 225 pounds, from Killer Hills 10304, the Dirty Daddy, Chris Dickinson! And his opponents, weighing in at 215 pounds of dirt and sex, fighting out of Sin City, your Prestige Wrestling Champion, Billy Tom
And it's a big fight feel in the Roseland Theater for the first time. Professional wrestling has been here in 25 years. You see the prize, the Prestige Championship, will be at stake. These are two very physical and well-versed athletes. Dickinson shows respect, which is not necessarily a common trait of the Dirty Daddy. I look for a very cautious beginning here. Both these men are so adept. They only need a small opening to capitalize. They don't need much to gain control of this fight. Nice takedown by Dickinson in the early going over top of Lawlor. Dickinson has studied in Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, Taekwondo. He is versed in the martial arts. Tom Lawlor, however, is a three-time amateur champion, University of Central Florida, NCAA champion nationally at 235 pounds in 2003, 04, and 05. If this fight continues on the mat, I give the advantage to Lawlor. You see a single leg. Dickinson puts his leg in between to break the grip, attempting a single leg takedown, looking to trip up Lawlor. Lawlor looked to use his free leg to give a vertical base. Notice how quickly he spun around to get the momentum back on his side to make sure he was not trapped on his back. It's Lawlor standing, attempting to grapevine the legs. Dickinson trying to turn inward to alleviate that momentum. Trying to take Lawlor off balance. And it's Lawlor dropping down. Wrenching that leg, sending Dickinson to the floor. First major shot fired from the camp of the champion. If I'm Dickinson, I want to keep this battle on my feet. But Dickinson may be feeling pride. He may want to prove something that he can take Lawlor on the mat. We'll see. Knuckle lock center ring. Notice Lawlor looking to trip Dickinson to get back to the mat once again, but it's a single leg pick by Dickinson on top now. Trapping the shoulders, but Lawlor, great instincts, keeping his shoulders off the mat as quickly as possible. Dickinson just looking to control the body of Lawlor. Lawlor trying to slip out the side. And in this matchup, from what I understand, let's bring this forward. It is knockout or submission only. It's Dickinson controlling the arm for a moment. Leg trip again. And Dickinson has the ankle picked. Lawlor trying to get to a vertical base to alleviate the momentum, and into an armbar. Into an armbar, Lawlor can extend that arm. Dickinson clasping his hands together defensively. And if Lawlor can get the full extension on that arm, he could potentially hyperextend the elbow. And now Lawlor switching sides, going for the other arm. Dickinson has to have a death grip with his hands. Lawlor trying to create an issue for Dickinson to alleviate that grip. Dickinson on top now. Oh, you could hear, you could feel that strike at home. Dickinson the chancery, and notice Lawlor, the tips of his toes to get the momentum to spin out. Both men to their feet. Great respect shown by these fans. Dickinson, a side round kick, trying to knot up the thigh muscle. And fists of fire here, rights and lefts. Lawlor defensive in the corner. Referee requests a break. Dickinson has far more experience in the pro wrestling game, as Aubrey now counting this, looking for a knockout here. A count out will count. If the fighter cannot answer the official's 10 count, the decision will go to the opposition. Side headlock takeover. But Dickinson, far more experienced in pro wrestling than Lawlor. Dickinson was a two-time Evolved Tag Team champion. He's won championships all over the Northeast. Certainly fans of IWTV are very familiar with what Chris Dickinson brings to the table. Lawlor has Dickinson mounted. Dickinson has his hands up defensively. Lawlor couldn't find an opening to strike. Grabs the arm, maybe been looking for Kimura. Dickinson is keeping himself in constant motion. He's a moving target even on his back. And Dickinson, those body blocks, those body blows had their effect. Dickinson turns him around, but Lawlor sits in a triangle choke. And this is not a standard wrestling matchup where Lawlor has to worry about his own shoulders being trapped. But it's Dickinson up to his feet. And now choking and kicking. Oh, jeez. Hard shot. Went to the back of the head of Lawlor. That dazed the champion. And this is an environment we have not seen the Prestige Championship defended in the past. But it goes to show you, it serves to the statement that Prestige Wrestling is all different styles, all different shapes and sizes, all different fighters, all different combatants are welcome here. Lawlor creates some distance, tackle, not able to take the Dirty Daddy down. Dickinson comes in much more forceful. Ouch. That's a wake-up shot. Lawlor collides in full that time. Stuck on the clothesline, Dickinson explodes. How will the face of Prestige Wrestling change if Chris Dickinson becomes Prestige Champion? Aubrey once again with the 10 count, looking for the technical knockout. Not going to happen here. Death Valley driver. And as this matchup opens up more into a pro wrestling mindset, I give it to the advantage of the challenger. Crowd rallying behind Filthy Tom. Of course, reminiscent what many wrestling fans would think of a last man standing matchup. And certainly, battles like this are an ultimate test of wills. Go behind takedown by Lawlor. Maybe digging into his amateur roots a bit. We talked about that NCAA championship 3 times in a row. But the most important prize he's held, you ask him, he'll say it's the Prestige Championship. And Dickinson trying to kick his way free before Lawlor could turn over the body of Dickinson. And now has the legs figure forward, drops down, and has it cinched in full. As Gordon Solie used to point out, pressure put on 7 different parts of the lower human anatomy. The crowd wants Dickinson to tap. I'm not sure what it would take for either of these men to tap. Dickinson rolls towards the ropes. And both these men entangled in the ropes for a bit, and now Dickinson, I'm not sure if Aubrey was going to enforce that rope break or not, but either way, Dickinson rolls both men to the floor, and that breaks the grip. And now this fight is spilled outside the ring, and anything can happen now. Jeez. Dickinson responds in kind with a chop. Few men have the guts to go strike for strike with someone like Lawlor. Few men are brave enough to step into that territory. Dickinson, brave enough, prideful enough, dumb enough, call it whatever you want. He's here to fight. They are behind our floor seating. Dickinson looking for distance now. Snapmare. Jeez. Hard shot to the base of the spine, follow through to the chest cavity. And Dickinson land on Lawlor. Trying to seep the oxygen out of the filthy one. Everything that Dickinson does is so impactful, it's so intense, he's so intimidating. Ooh. Lawlor sent back in. And Dickinson behind Lawlor with that bear hug, now up higher on Lawlor, maybe looking to choke him out. Dickinson looking to cinch in a body scissors with a rear naked choke. He's got it. Lawlor's turned over. Lawlor's lost his momentum to attempt a counter. You can see the torque put on the body of Lawlor. You can see how tightly Dickinson's grasping, and Dickinson has not gotten that upper arm over the top of the head of Lawlor to finish out the choke. If he can clasp his arms together, can Dickinson, he gets the full effect. Lawlor escapes in the nick of time. And it's Lawlor now over top of Dickinson. Oh, what a chess match this has been. Lawlor with the knees up high around Dickinson. Looking to daze the Dirty Daddy. Suplex coming up. Dickinson looking to counter. Hard body shots back and forth. Chance for the overhead suplex. And Lawlor going back to the arm breaker. Can Lawlor get the cross arm breaker? Dickinson once again defensively clasping his hands together, and Lawlor adjusts. Lawlor crimps the neck and twists upward. Lawlor adjusting on the fly, but Dickinson rolls free. And Dickinson, almost a reverse figure four. Has the ankle picked, has the ankle and the toe bent. And it looks like that knee barred as well, while Lawlor's legs are clasped in that figure four position. Lawlor is trying to keep himself as elevated as possible to attempt to negate any leverage Dickinson's looking for, but notice Dickinson so compact to the leg. Got a death grip on that leg, and Lawlor's picked the leg of Dickinson. And that's thrown Dickinson off his offensive game. And Lawlor to the vertical base first. Those round kicks up and down the body. Dickinson talking trash. Dickinson not intimidated. Dickinson gonna keep fighting. You can see the sweat fly with each strike. Lawlor elevates himself. The spinning heel kick and Dickinson down. Both men have taken so much out of one another. We saw Dickinson fight for his life at Bloodsport against Josh Barnett. We saw Lawlor's entire UFC run as a light heavyweight, where he backed down from nobody. These men have come for war, and neither man is leaving anything behind in this battle. They're leaving it all in the ring. They go behind by Dickinson. Lawlor trying to break the grip of Dickinson. Standing side switch. Dickinson much the same. Lawlor winds up with the advantage German suplex. And Lawlor hangs on. Oh. Series of elbows. Dickinson didn't get a lot of luster behind the first two. The third he did. Wild swing with a kick missed. And Lawlor got the German off that time. Lawlor worked his ass off to get there, but he got that extra German in. And Lawlor's looking for a 10 count. It's KO or submission. If we reach 10, Lawlor retains the title. Oh. Dickinson up to a knee, but Lawlor not being passive about it. Lawlor down to the ankle. Dickinson trying to crawl to the rope. Dickinson using the ropes as momentum and leverage to his feet. But Lawlor waiting with another German. Dickinson counters. Lawlor kicks at Dickinson to get his grip off the rope. And Lawlor senses maybe Dickinson's fading. Maybe this 10 count will work. The count attempts are becoming more frequent as the bodies continue to expel energy. And just before 9, Dickinson to his feet. But again, Lawlor giving Dickinson no rest. He meets him head on. Rapid fire forearms. Dickinson unable to protect himself, unable to evade. Oh, Dickinson absorbs everything and comes out swinging. Look out, powerbomb. And right in to a modified STF. The legs are grapevine, but Lawlor has his face in the mat to keep himself from becoming victim of the face lock. Now Dickinson's got it. Dickinson's got the STF in full. There is no air between Dickinson and Lawlor. Will Lawlor tap out? Oh, Lawlor's gotten a little bit of some space on that chin lock, and now Lawlor turns into one of his own. And it's Lawlor behind Dickinson now. A seamless transition into Lawlor on the offensive. Dickinson back Lawlor in the corner to break that grip. But you can sense now the effort going into each and every heavy-handed strike. Lawlor battling back. The short jabs, the body shots. Lawlor hit Dickinson 8 or 10 times before he knew he was hit once. Lawlor elevates the Dirty Daddy. Leaving him susceptible, that midsection wide open for that knee to the rib cage. Running, no. Dickinson out of the way. Lawlor out on his feet. Maybe his vision impaired by that shot on the rope, and Dickinson fires back. Front and back kicks on the body of Lawlor. Dickinson has Lawlor in a precarious position. Will this be the end of Tom Lawlor's Prestige Championship reign? Superplex with authority. In a normal matchup, Dickinson would have to expel time to get to a cover, but in this case, the 10 count starts immediately. And Lawlor to his feet. A second, maybe a third or fourth wind, but runs right into the Dirty Daddy clothesline. The count is on again. The official is counting Lawlor, even though Dickinson was down as well. Dickinson's up. Lawlor is stirring. Oh, Lawlor fell back down. Lawlor's up. This may come down to who can push their body beyond its normal limits. They may be fighting on instinct. Oh, powerbomb attempt again. Lawlor countered. And Lawlor to the rear naked choke. And Dickinson slips in the side, hits a back suplex. And Lawlor charged, but got met with a side kick. Lawlor catches Dickinson down to the rear naked choke with the body scissors. They're center of the ring. Dickinson tapped. Dickinson tapped. It wasn't just a victory, it was survival. Filthy Tom Lawlor and Chris Dickinson in one of the most physical matchups I've ever called. Chris Dickinson came to Portland, Oregon to become Prestige champion at all costs. But Tom Lawlor wanted it just a little bit more. It may have been his body could survive more, it may have been will, it may have been instinct, call it whatever you will. But Filthy Tom will continue his reign as the man in Prestige Wrestling. You earned that moment, my friend. You earned it in every sense of the word. We saw a hybrid style showcased by both men, and Dickinson competed in a near perfect match. But Lawlor slipped up just one time too many. Great respect from both athletes. Chris Dickinson, the true heart of a champion, but it's Tom Lawlor. It's the filthy one. It's the face of Prestige that holds that championship high once again here tonight at the famed historic Roseland Theater. What a night it has been for Prestige Wrestling. A monumental event for this entire organization, and certainly one, if there's a way to put Tom Lawlor on another level after already being the champion, this fight, this battle, certainly may have done that. And who knows who's next? We've seen so much here tonight. From Drexel to Alex Zane, so many potentially worthy challengers that could be waiting in line. You know, Simon Grimm's watching somewhere. MV Young's watching somewhere. And check out this ovation, this passion, this appreciation, this jubilation, not just for Tom Lawlor, but for what Prestige Wrestling stands for.